My boyfriend lied to me about a group trip, sided with his friend's manipulative girlfriend, and uninvited me from our own anniversary plan. Now I don't know where we stand. My boyfriend and I have been together for 4 years now. Our anniversary was just this past April. It's been a long ride, full of good memories, tough lessons, and plenty of growing pains on both sides. Like any relationship, we've had our share of bumps, but we've always managed to get through them together. That's why this recent situation hit me harder than I expected. For our anniversary, we'd originally planned to take a road trip, just the two of us, some time away from the usual routine, and a chance to reconnect. But life, as it does, got in the way. Things came up, scheduling, money, logistics, and the plan fell through. We both let it go without too much fuss, promising that we'd plan something else soon. It wasn't ideal, but I wasn't mad. I figured we'd make it happen eventually. Then, about a month ago, he mentioned the idea of a road trip again. Only this time, it wasn't just going to be the two of us. He said he was thinking of doing one with his friends, a 22-year-old female friend of his, a 24-year-old male friend, and that friend's girlfriend, also 24. They were thinking of going next year. I didn't really have a problem with it. I'm pretty good friends with the male friend and his girlfriend. They're sweet people, and I genuinely enjoy their company. The other girl, though, I've always felt a little uneasy about. Now, let me be honest, I've got some baggage. A previous relationship ended with my boyfriend cheating on me, and since then, certain things tend to set off alarms in my head even when maybe they shouldn't. I've been working on that. I know trust is vital, and I never want to be the insecure partner who turns everything into a problem. But something about the way my boyfriend and this girl interact has always made me feel off. It's hard to explain. They're close. Really close. And while I've never seen anything outright inappropriate, the dynamic just doesn't sit right with me. Still, I kept that to myself. I didn't want to come off as controlling or accusatory, especially when there was no real evidence of anything shady. So I smiled and said the trip sounded fun. Weeks went by, and I didn't hear anything more about it. So the other day, I casually brought it up and asked if they were still planning to go. That's when he told me, pretty matter-of-factly, that they had decided it was going to be a no girlfriends allowed kind of trip. At first, I was taken aback, but I didn't press the issue. I know people sometimes need space from their relationships, and it's healthy for friends to hang out on their own terms without always including partners. I told him it was fine. He said maybe he and I could do our own trip another time, and I let it go. But something about it sat weird with me, not because I wasn't invited, but because it didn't quite make sense. His friend's girlfriend, who I assumed wouldn't be going either, is someone I thought was central to their friend group. So a no girlfriends rule? It felt odd. Then today, I happened to glance at his phone screen while we were sitting next to each other on the couch. He had his messages open, and I saw a group chat labeled something like Trip 2025 or whatever. They were clearly talking about the road trip, making plans, discussing dates, stops, logistics. But what caught my eye most was a message from his friend's girlfriend. She was actively participating in the chat. Confused, I asked, "Wait, I thought this was a no-girlfriends trip? Why is she in the group chat if she's going?" Immediately, he got defensive. He tilted his phone away from me like a reflex. I asked again, more pointedly this time, "Why is she in it? You said no girlfriends." He said it was just a private conversation. Then he clammed up. I asked if I could just see the messages, just to understand what was actually being said. I wasn't trying to snoop. I just felt like I was being lied to or at least misled.
And it hurt. He refused.
Flat out said no, that it was private and I was overreacting. And that's when everything just dropped. My stomach turned and my thoughts started spiraling. If there was nothing wrong, why hide it? Why lie about the rule? Why tell me something that clearly wasn't true and then get angry when I noticed? I tried to keep calm, but my mind was racing. Was she really not going? Or was I just the only one not invited? Was this a coincidence? Or was I being deliberately excluded? I didn't accuse him of cheating.
I didn't yell or cry.
I just went quiet. Because what do you even say when someone lies to your face and then tries to cover it up instead of explain? I haven't pushed it since. I haven't brought it up again. But now, everything feels different. I'm questioning everything. The past 4 years, the trust one thought we had, the future I thought we were building together. I feel like an outsider in his life. Not a partner, just a footnote. I asked again why she was in the group if the whole point was to keep it friend only, and he just repeated that it was a private chat and that I was overreacting. He refused to explain further, and honestly, that hurt more than anything. Still, I gave him space. I didn't want to fight or make accusations. But I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. It wasn't just about the trip anymore, it was about trust, and feeling like I'd suddenly become an outsider in a group I thought I was part of. A day later, I found out the truth, and it hit like a punch to the chest. It turns out the no girlfriends excuse was a lie. I wasn't excluded because they didn't want anyone's partner tagging along. I was excluded because one person, his male friend's girlfriend, demanded that I not be there. Let me explain how I found that out. The morning after everything blew up, I sat my boyfriend down and told him I needed to talk. I said I wasn't trying to invade his privacy, but I deserved honesty. I wanted to know why I wasn't invited on a trip I was originally part of, especially when someone else's girlfriend, who isn't even part of his core friend group, was allowed to come. That's when he told me. He looked exhausted, almost embarrassed. He said he hadn't told me earlier because he didn't know how to say it without making things worse. Apparently, this girl, his friend's girlfriend, had messaged him privately and told him flat out that she didn't want me going. She didn't give him a choice. She said she would feel uncomfortable with me there and that it would be a problem if I came along.
I asked him what she meant by that.
And that's when he dropped the second bomb. She told him she thought I was cheating on him, that I was being flirty with her boyfriend the last time we all hung out. She apparently told him that I was inappropriate and that she didn't trust me. I was stunned. Completely blindsided. Because here's the thing, when we've hung out in the past, I've always been nothing but kind and respectful toward her. We've laughed, shared stories, had drinks together. She's always acted nice to my face. Never once did I get the impression that she disliked me, let alone hated me enough to demand I be cut out of a trip. And never, ever have I behaved in a way that could remotely be considered flirting with her boyfriend. I've been nothing but committed to my relationship. I love my boyfriend, and I would never disrespect him like that. To be accused, behind my back, of something so out of character for me, it made my stomach turn. So I messaged her. I figured if she had something to say about me, then she could say it to me directly. I asked her, calmly, if something had happened to make her feel uncomfortable. I told her I was confused and hurt because I had no idea she had a problem with me. That's when she replied and said, I just don't think it's appropriate for you to be around my boyfriend. You were really flirty the last time we all hung out. She even added something like, I know how girls like you are. That absolutely floored me. I just sat there staring at my phone. Girls like me? What does that even mean? If I had crossed a line, I'd own up to it. But I didn't. I barely even talked to her boyfriend that night beyond basic small talk. And my own boyfriend was with me the entire time. If I had been acting flirty, don't you think he would have noticed? I showed him her message. He read it in silence. Asked him again if he thought I was flirting that night. He said no. He admitted that the whole accusation came out of nowhere for him too. But instead of defending me to her, instead of standing up for his girlfriend of 4 years, he just went along with it. Because he didn't want drama. So let me get this straight. Some girl I barely know makes up a lie about me, tells my boyfriend she doesn't want me on the trip, and rather than question her or support me, he just goes with it? And then lies to me to avoid telling the truth? I can't lie, it broke me. It's not even about the trip anymore. It's about being betrayed by 2 people. One who should have had my back no matter what, and another who smiled to my face while stabbing me behind it. What hurts the most is realizing how easily I was cut out. How not one person in that group asked me why I wasn't coming. No one checked in. I was just quietly erased from the plan. And I really thought I was part of this group. I really believed I belonged. Now, I feel like I've been made to look like the villain in a story I didn't even know was being written. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I still love my boyfriend, but something has changed. I can feel it. The trust we built over 4 years. It doesn't feel solid anymore. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells, wondering what else people are saying behind my back. Wondering who else thinks I'm someone I'm not. I'm tired. I'm drained. And I'm not even angry. I'm just sad. Sad that someone I loved didn't defend me. Sad that I was so easily replaced. Sad that someone could smile in my face while quietly tearing me down. I'm not perfect, but I know I didn't deserve this. I just needed to get it out. And if anyone out there has been in a similar situation, where you're suddenly the outsider in a group you thought cared about you, just know you're not alone. When my boyfriend and I first brought up that road trip with his friends, I hesitated for one reason, his friend's girlfriend. Over the years, he's told me stories about her. How controlling she is, how paranoid she gets around other women, how she doesn't even let him have female friends. I never took it all that seriously because I thought that was just her, not me. Surely, she wouldn't get suspicious of me, right? Well, I was wrong. The last time we all hung out, we were squeezed into this cramped booth at a bar. Nothing special, just a casual evening. In the chaos, I accidentally brushed his leg with mine. Seconds later, I was watching her cling to him, glaring, whispering accusations. Later that night, she flipped out because he was texting another female friend. It got so intense that she made him end the night early to take her home. I didn't say anything at the time, but I could feel her gaze boring into me, like I was guilty of something sinister. And now I realize why. Because to her, even a touch or a text is enough to justify kicking me off the trip. He kept everything she said to himself because he didn't want more drama. He said he just wanted to spare my feelings. Supposedly. Let me get this straight. She cuts me from a group trip, refuses to look me in the eye, spreads lies, accuses me of flirting, cheating, yet I'm supposed to feel better because he lied for my sake? Because he didn't think telling me the truth would hurt more? Imagine being told you're not going on an anniversary trip, your trip, not because of money or timing, but because a girl who barely knows you is threatened by you. Imagine your partner downplaying the entire thing, making excuses, telling you it's private, when really he's just afraid of confronting his friend's girlfriend. Except that's just it, he won't stand up to her. He hates confrontation so much, he would rather lie, cut me out, risk our relationship, and look like the bad guy. All because she said so. She doesn't know him like I do. She's manipulative. And their relationship is built on control, insecurity, and jealousy. But he prefers to protect her feelings over ours. His own girlfriend, his partner of 4 years. It felt like he took her side. Not even thought about my side. And let me tell you, it hurt more than anything I've experienced in this relationship. I try to give him space to talk. I said, I get it. She doesn't like me. Fine. I'm an adult. I can handle that.
But I needed more than that.
I needed my boyfriend to stand up for me, for us, for the years we've shared, the trust we built, the plans and memories we made. I needed him to look me in the eyes and say, I love you. I'm going on the trip with you, or we find another plan. Instead, he kept silent. He clammed up. He said, I'm sorry you feel hurt, and left it at that. Then he told me about my crime. According to her, I'd been really flirty with her boyfriend. Flirty. Can you believe that? Me, his girlfriend of 4 years, flirty with some random guy in a booth? I laughed in shock when he repeated it. I was so stunned I was speechless. I asked, wouldn't you see me doing that? He admitted no, he didn't because it didn't happen. He immediately called bullshit. But even when he realized it was false, he still covered it up. Now that he's come clean, we've made a decision. He isn't going on the trip. His male friend already knows what happened. How his girlfriend basically bullied us, lied, stirred poison. And here's the kicker. Apparently this isn't the first time she's done it. He's considering ending things with her altogether. But even so, the damage is done. I'm relieved he's choosing me, but the relief doesn't push out the hurt completely. Because this forced trip drama wasn't just about me not getting away. It was about how easy it was for him to forget me the moment he was afraid of conflict. It's about how quickly they could erase me from their world. That hurt stays with you. For years. That's how long I've been in this relationship. I was ready to make bigger commitments, babies, travel, everything. And I thought we were building toward us against the world. Instead, we hit a speed bump. A horrible speed bump built by someone else's insecurity, and he just swerved to avoid it. Without thinking about what or who he'd hit in the process. Now we're left picking up the pieces. We're talking about what this means going forward. How he handles conflict. Whether our relationship can handle pressure from outside forces. How we rebuild trust after he prioritizes someone he barely knows over his girlfriend. I don't know where we'll land. But I know this. I deserve someone who will fight for me with every ounce of their being, even if it means losing a friend. Even if it means standing up to someone else's drama. Even if it's messy. Because loyalty isn't about avoiding fights. It's about choosing the people you love when things get ugly. I'm afraid. But I can't keep letting fear decide our path. And if he can't walk that road beside me, even while holding my hand, I don't know if I want to keep walking with him. That's the truth. The raw, painful truth nobody talks about until it smacks them in the face. And right now, that's exactly where I stand.